right, so I thought maybe I would do something interesting, and that is while I something interesting. Not to say that what I'm doing is not interesting. I mean, I think it's interesting, but it's interesting to me as I'm developing. Well, that is really bright. Let's drop that down a notch. Thanks. Whoa, it's not getting less bright. Okay. There we go. That's a little less overwhelming. Anyway, um, do I turn off do I turn off this backlight? Alexa, turn off the dynamic duo. Oh, it's not so bad. All right. Alexa, turn on desk lamp. Okay, so what I mean by something interesting doesn't mean that I don't feel like what I'm doing is interesting to someone who might be interested in game development, but I thought about putting up some other devs, Twitch people that are twitching their games, just because I think it'd be kind of cool to have them going in the background. Um, Now I don't know if there's a good way to do this without making it. I want to have. Is there a way to do this so it only takes up my window and not? Yeah, see, that doesn't work. I don't want it to be my whole screen. So I'll stream a streamer. I don't know what he's working on. Working on a fortress flipper. I don't know what that is. He's got some good rules. He's got 19 viewers, so he's doing pretty good. Probably a little better, definitely better than I am. Um, I don't know how many people he's got. Does this say anything? Dianara is unavailable. I'll check back later. I I assume he's going right now, but I don't know how to. Is there a way to just turn this into? They don't have theater mode, I guess, in Twitch. All right. I got it. I got to mute him though, because you know I'm just helping the guy, helping him out. Can I do this in a way though that doesn't like take up all my screen? Oh, click here to reload player. Wait, what? You know what I should do? I should probably just let's see if I move it off screen. Let's do that, and then. Okay, so yeah, there we go. And if I do that, I can actually maximize it, I guess. So now I can go over here and we'll add, let's go display. Do I have a display capture for my, I may already have this. S Pro. Yeah, there it is. So if you're looking at this, whoops, note, this is not me. You're like, who's this thing? What's this thing going on over here? So if this gets in the way, you're like wondering what the heck. Really, all I'm thinking is, let's give some love to another thing, another streamer, um, who's I don't know what they're working on. It's called a, he says it's a fortress flipper. That's the title of the stream. I don't know what that means, but I'll just put it down there in the corner. And if you're curious, I can let you know who it is. It might be kind of hard to see. Let me update my tag so nobody's confused by my stuff here. Now I'm only going to be going for maybe an hour and a half, which is actually kind of long for me. I actually prefer. I've been trying to keep my streams a little shorter because you know they're more manageable. Okay, so what I'm working on. Let's go ahead and actually let's open up my YouTube streamer. So I created. There's a couple of apps I've created already, little things. Actually, the one really cool one. The one I'm really the one I'm loving that I created. Oh, see, he's got a little thing going with video here. Is that the game he's working on? Man, it looks good. If that's what he's doing. Wow. Is that his game or is he playing a game? That looks really good if that's his game. I think he was checking someone's stuff out. I'd have to look. But either way, it looks good. Whoever's game that is, be it his or someone else's, it's pretty good. Alexa, turn on desk lamp. My desk lamp.
The office desk lamp isn't responding. Please check if the manual switch is turned on. The device has power and is online.
That's weird. What happened to my desk lamp? It was good until just, well, this is the first time it hasn't come on. But I've noticed a few of my things, like my main light up here was wigging out. I have a lot of things that have been kind of wigging out on me. Let's see if I can get my desk lamp to turn on here. It killed, see all the shadow in front of me? That's what I usually have on to prevent that. So it would probably be good if I can get that to go away. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, no, it's off. Huh. I don't know if there's something, yeah, it's on, I have it here, it's just not showing up. I can't turn it on. So, yeah, something is amiss with my, just things. Always got some things. Hello, wanna wake up? Don't know. Disconnected it, turned it back on. We're back up and running, so I'll take it. It's good enough. Okay, so distractions. Let's get this guy going. So this is the one of the two tools I've created. This one is actually I've created three things in the last year, besides my game, which is the big one. It's the mega game, the mega thing I'm working on. It's also the one that now the next thing I want to start working on, which I will probably start. Oops, that's the wrong one. I don't know why I don't like working in PowerShell. I don't know, because I don't know if all the same commands work. I could be wrong. Let's go see. Does this actually work? I don't know. CD front end PM on. Huh, guess it does. Man, what do you know? I just haven't used PowerShell enough to really justify. I don't know. I think I like the coloring. I mean, it just seems like PowerShell is weird looking at it in not color. I think that's what it comes right down to. It. I'm just a guy who doesn't like black and white, I guess. Not everything is black and white, you know. Let's go put these tags in. Oops. Didn't keep my tags. Okay, there we go. That did it. All right, we can turn this guy back on. All right. So, the only other thing I recently created, well, there's two. There's this. I have to keep that running. The other one is a counter. Now, this counter is actually compiled in a way that I have two tools that I've created that are 100% completely compiled and ready and capable of being distributed if anybody was interested. So if you're interested, feel free to let me know, and I'll let you know how you can get it. It's free. See, this one's a dist ready. And let's see here. I gotta open up this bat. Let me shrink that, go away there. And then I can go over to this guy. Where's the sub counter? Oh, sub tracker, there it is. Voila! Okay, so we're up. So you can see I have like what 177 on YouTube, and I just recently broke 200 on Twitch. Yay! Thank you for helping me break the 200 mark. I would love to get to 200 on YouTube. That'd be great. I'm not currently running ActiveMinds Games Dev. That's because I only have 21 followers there, and it's a lot harder to get any people to check that out. So what I'm trying to do is start to do some edits, and I put my edited videos there, and I haven't been real good with it, but I'm hoping to start doing more over time here. I gotta set aside a day or two and put up a couple of videos every so often. That would be my best strategy, I think. But let's see if I can get a solid. Let's see if I can get a solid hour of time in here, at least a full solid hour. So here we go. Here goes nothing. I try to record offline because downloading it is a pain. So this is actually the video. I just was recording before, but that was all set up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the issue here, we got player skills. This is the one I'm working on. And I have my command here for firing this off. I created a few different extensions on this. What this just allows me to do is run my my whole player pool creation, and it goes through and runs a bunch of functions that will actually kick off my my build. It reads all my imported. I already have the data imported. That's part of my initialization process. And then I have, then what it does is it reads all the data, it generates skills, then it creates a player pool and a player stats table, which is actually all of the stats used in my skills created as a singular document flat file for in the Mongo database. So instead of being a bunch of disparate pages of data which has all the stats that get imported, it's only the ones that my skills are currently using, and it's pulling them into it pulls them into this more easier to read table. And then ultimately I have a way to redirect. All I have to do is redirect my data and repoint to the flat table, which will be a lot more nice, I guess. Easier to read and update and pull stats from. It'll be easier so that when I get data from different sources in the future, because the data I have is in a spreadsheet that was formatted and built for a board game that I created, and I was generating all the data. So I'm using all that data from that spreadsheet. But I have to go get that data eventually I'll have to have a process. Once I'm done, kind of get the game going, and it's kind of working, and I want more data to work with, I start pulling in other seasons. So I would like to go get all the seasons from the season I have all the way to the current year, which would be like 2010. It's like 15 more. I want to put 15 more years in here, which actually will only be, it'll only be 14 more years because 2025 hasn't actually completed. But by the time I'm done here, maybe I will be able to put 2025 and there'll be my 15th season in there. Be a good number of years, 16 seasons of data. That'll come up. All it does is generate the source pool, the player data, the player pool. Eventually, all these players can build up and be created and become something else, and they're going to have different names. But I have to come up with a way that links them to their real life persona or their real life source of stats. Because the only thing I can't do is use player names and likenesses. So I can't use their names and I can't use their likeness. Everything else, there's no reason I can't use their stats, and there's no reason why it can't link to it can't be connected to their name or connected to their likeness. So I just need to figure out a good way to do that. I want people to be able to go, oh, I know who this is. Yeah, this is this guy and this is that guy, and there's a way to know that. Originally, I was going to do anagrams, which is what I did for teams. All the team names are just anagrams of the actual teams generated and created for this game. What I don't have is there's no way I'm going to be able to do, 1,500 plus players every season anagrams. I worked with tools to create the anagrams for all the teams, which is doable. But for player names, that's just, I don't see that happening. Now I have the links in my app, but like the app knows who their real names versus their player names. Right now it's their real names because I haven't assigned their player names yet because I have to figure out how to generate those. I'm going to have a tool. I'm going to create them some way. I might just create. For one, I can't use AI because AI has no idea how to do anagrams. Try it. Throw a big word at it and tell it to create an anagram, a true anagram, which is to use every letter in the word once and create names. It will just totally shank the names. It skips, it misses letters, it repeats letters, the words are too short, too long, they're repeated. It's just, yeah, it's not good. Sometimes it gets it right, maybe with smaller names, but it's like math. AI has no idea how to AI does not know how to do an anagram. It knows what an anagram is, but it knows no idea how to create them. So there are tools out there that can do anagrams for you, but I found that there's no good way to. I don't know how to do that with AI yet. I don't know if there's a way to do it. Because I would love to be able to create a name, have a reliable anagram engine. I can ask AI. I mean, what? Oh wow, what's this? Did they change the name of the? Look, they took the little GitHub dude out. He's not there no more. My update turned it into a chat box now. Does that mean they put in the? Nope. One of these days, I expect they're going to put in the how much you've used thing. Oh, I have a lot of installed MCP servers. Wow, wow, wow. All right, well, crazy. Oh wait, nope, I don't know. I don't even know. Can you look up MCP servers? What is this? Workspace MCP. Hold Alt key to mouse over. I don't know. Huh. I don't know what that is. Okay, so are there any anagram generators that would allow me to programmatically connect to an API and pass in a block of letters to generate and so it can return to me a name, first and last name, anagram formed from the letters provided. We have to allow, so we can go fetch the internet, see what it comes up with. It's doing some internet searching. I'm allowing it. I don't care if it looks at the internet. Data Muse, what is that? Well, I wouldn't have. What is API.datamuse? What is that a thing? I'm gonna have to do the. I gotta go look. I don't want to just click. I don't want to just let AI have free reign on my on my computer. What is DataMuse API? The DataMuse API is a powerful word-finding query engine designed for developers. It enables applications to find words that match various constraints regarding meaning, spelling, sound, context, making it versatile for many linguistic. Oh, interesting. Will it do APIs? Or do anagrams? If it'll do anagrams, I might just have found my answer. Regarding meaning, spelling, sound, context, making it versatile for many linguistic applications. Words that sound like sheriff. No, I don't want words that sound like, though. It has to be an anagram. Showcase project. Currently, there are no comments for this API. Words with a meaning similar to ringing in the ears. Test from browser endpoint. Words related to duck that start with the letter B. Huh. So you can add endpoints, but it doesn't seem like there's that many. I mean, it says if that's all the endpoints there are. Goal of website was made a necessity by me because I maintained a static list of free APIs for my students each semester. If you know a cool API from your city, country, or company, feel free to add it here. Let's go to the community. Is there a community login? Telegram, newsletter. Detailed insights about each featured API, direct links to explore. Well, that's great, but how do I know what it actually has? Is there any way to search through the APIs? Get a random API. Query specific free public API. The following projects were built with this API. Free public API, Go app. List of all free APIs. Let's do that one. Oh, that's a list? That don't look like a list. Holy cow, that is unreadable. I just look at I look at a bajillion words like that, and my eyes just glaze over. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I mean, I sort 10 best. I don't know. Is there like a guide to this? Description. If I make this really wide, would it be more readable? No. Can I search this at least? Is there a search? Doubt it, but let's see if there's anything. Anagram. Managing disposable email indexes, temporary versatile tool for managing online correspondence without revealing email addresses. So these are all just, all right. I don't think what I want exists here. Let's see if there's a way. I'm going to put my question in a more, but I do know what this is. We'll go ahead and allow it. I don't think it's got what I want, but oh, that didn't work. So it knows about data muse. What's an anagram style query? Let's go ask, who's that, Claude? Let's go ask, let's see what ChatGPT has to say. So you might say, it'd be cool to start having the names of actual of my players instead of using real names. I mean, I use real names in the design. I have to because that's the only way I can go. Oh, who is this guy? You know, I can go. Oh, it's Brett Favre, and he did have a good year, or you know, so and so didn't. Here are some services I found that either offer an API, or might be adapted, scraped, and used programmatically. Anagrammer, yes, it has an API, anagram finder endpoint. Seems to be general purpose. You can pass a name, word, etc., and get anagrams. Not sure it enforces first last name structure. Name robot, naming tools. Yes, they have a REST API including an anagram solver. Could be a candidate. You may need to check their licensing costs and whether the output includes only meaningful names, since often anagrams return odd or non-name-like words. If there's an API, you might be able to scrape or mimic the logic. What to check, specify when evaluating a building API on your logic handles. Letter usage constraints. Using all letters exactly once. Now the problem isn't creating an anagram tool or, creating something that can take all the letters and recreate them, but then you have to compare. That's the thing. Your end results, it has to find names, actual names in the anagram. So, let's see. Let's just type in the name. I won't even type API because I don't think this one. All right, so while not specifically an anagram generator, it can find words using letter patterns. Doesn't directly solve anagrams. Rapid API anagram solver. Available through Rapid API Marketplace. API key and subscription. Professional commercial use. Custom solutions you could build since there isn't a perfect API. First and last name anagrams on block of letters. Here are some approaches. Option A, combine services. Use an anagram solver to get all the possible words in your letter block. Cross-reference results with name databases. Filter for realistic first-last name combinations. That would be quite the thing. Option C, WordNick API plus nameless. WordNick. Free tier available combined with public name databases. Recommended approach for your use case for generating anagrams. See, I don't think I can do this. I just feel like so many of these names could not generate realistic names. So you have to, real names. They would be names that some of them would be bordering on gobbledygook, right? So the other option is to turn all their names into Pig Latin. That would be... I'd have to laugh at myself for even trying that. What could I do? Like Peyton Manning. Change it into some bizarre form of Pig Latin. It'd be like Aiden Fayanningsay. And everybody would have Faye at the end of their names. God, that wouldn't work. I'd have to come up with some logic that puts... Would that even pass legally? Somebody goes, you can't use name and likeness, and I have Aiden Pay Anning May. That's what it is. Aiden Pay Anning May. And they'd be like, geez, I wonder who that is. Pig Latin wouldn't work. There has to be something. There has to be some way to do this. I don't know. I feel like I has to be something I can programmatically create their name. Maybe that's what I do. I do some kind of weird anagram thing where it just pulls two valid names out as best as it can. And then the rest of the letters are their middle name. It'd be like, Pam, Pam Zip Pan and I can't even think. I'm trying to think of two names that actually come out of Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning. I mean, there's a lot of N's in Manning for one thing. There's 3 N's. That's a lot of N's. So you would have to be like Gaiman. You can call him something Gaiman. Pan Gaiman. Pan Gaiman. It would be Gaiman as a result of there's no extra G's. But anyway, you come up with these 2 names, and they would have to be, then you'd have to take all the rest of the weird letters that are left over and throw them into a middle name. Pick one of those random letters from that and it'd be a middle initial. Everybody would have a middle initial from the leftover letters in their name. But it has to be something that I can programmatically generate. It's the only way I can do this realistically. I have to be able to programmatically generate a name for all these players. So what I thought is about keeping their first names and scrambling all their last names, but that doesn't give you a solid link, right? So I'd have to have things like their player number, and it'd be their player number, the team they were drafted by, but they would have the number of the team of the season they're currently on, which would be kind of cool. Only problem is you can't really use numbers. Well, you can, I guess, but in your league they might not be valid, right? Because you got to give everybody correct numbers that don't overlap. So, but your card might be the actual original number. The team they were drafted by is the mask, is their appearance, and their number of their current team, which like Peyton Manning, I think he was, what, 22, I think? No, who was Peyton Manning? 7? 10? I don't even remember. What kind of a Bronco fan are you? Can't even remember Peyton Manning's number. So anyway, that's me trying to figure out how I might do names. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this exact moment, but it is a thing that I eventually have to come up with. I don't know that there's a logic that can create names from everything. I was just looking to see if there's actually a name. Is there a name generator? There has to be something. What's a good way? Some logic. Is there an anagram name generator API? Move the letters of one or more words to find other words in the same letters, but it has to be a name. It's not the name anagram. Create a full name from an anagram. A very risky gamble, perfectly crafted free system prompt. All right, let's see what this does. Try free. Well, try free. I don't know. How much is this thing going to cost even if it works? Okay. Doesn't do anything. Okay. Please select your planned usage for DocBot so we have better serve. I don't know. Chat with your docs, content creation. I don't think this has what I want. Create a full name from an anagram. All right. Peyton Manning. Test anagram AI prompts. I don't know. Okay, so I don't think this is anything. I feel like this is just crap. Because whatever. Name, creative AI prompt. Generate your own AI prompt. So it's a prompt generator? That's not going to help me. Because AI is stupid. It's terrible at APIs. I've tried it. It can't. It doesn't know how to do it. Let's see what this name robot. This is one that my API up here. I just. What the heck, man? I don't want to log in. I just want to know if you work. Tell me if you work first. I don't want to. If it doesn't work, why would I want to go through all the hassle? All right. Well, okay. Apparently, what I want doesn't exist. All right. So, I don't think the anagram theory is going to work. I could try to create some weird. Logic. I don't know. I don't think it's relevant at this moment. I got to get to work. All right, so it's just if there's anybody's got any good ideas of a way to reset people's names so that they're not their names, but yet they can still be identified in some way. Somebody could figure it out. In other words, if it's a puzzle, that's fine. Maybe people don't have enough letters in their name to do a lot of the things I'm thinking of in my head. So maybe I throw out extra letters. Just come up with names in their name and then throw it out, and people just figure out the rest. I thought if I scrambled names though, then it's like year to year players wouldn't be any. They would be this. They would have different names, so I wouldn't have like Peyton Manning on the team twice. If I scramble like their last names or their first names, are most players more recognizable by their last name or their first name? Probably last name. So I would probably be better off scrambling their first names. So all the players in the league just get a random first name. So I'd have to create some kind of a tool that pulls all the first names and then randomizes them and just replaces them as their new. I wouldn't even have to create a last name, right? I just randomize their first names and call it their game name. So Manning could end up being Vaughn Manning, or you could be Bo. No, it would be Nix. So it would be something like DJ Nix instead of DJ Harvey. And that's only assuming the same team. Now, that would be interesting, scrambling them up within their current team. that at least keeps them close. I could like scramble all the first names, at least within their current team. Their real team. So not the team that they're on, but based on their real team. That makes it a little easier, but there's still 51 players on everybody's roster, and I may not be pulling them all in, but I think there's 1,700 players that are in the league, and I'm only taking in like 1,580, like at least in this league, assuming they're all good data. And so let's say on the average, we're probably doing about 40 players a team. And you should be scrambling up all their first names. That could be good. That might work. That lets them be on their correct team. They're kind of reusable. It's easier to figure out because you just got to reorganize the players. Plus, you'd have to look at their stats to really know, what a guy's pretty good at, because you don't know for sure who those guys are unless you figure them out. I mean, like Nix, you wouldn't know who Nix is, right? He'd be some other name, but he's like, wow, there's only one Nix on the team. It's pretty easy to figure out if you go by last name, but their first names would all be different, which I think works. I think I might do that. Ooh, I could even go as far as to maybe only scramble them by their side of the ball, because it just has to be a different name. So if I use a different name, different likeness, they really can't. What are they going to say? And the likeness, my guys are all monsters. Well, not all of them. There are humans, but they're just rando human characters. All right. There you go. I think that's what I might do. I might just narrow it down and make it easier to figure them out, but not actually have the same name. So we'll do that. That's the plan. Let's go ahead and put in this player pool builder name here so I can get a new run. And I have to take these brackets off because I have learned that doesn't work. Plus, I have to change onto the right. So this is going to go ahead and start building all of my player pool again. as I got to go look at the last one I was working on is, it looks like I'm using, coverage awareness. I've been trying to do coverage awareness. I think I was actually pretty close when I quit Friday, but it was getting late and I knew I had to call it a day. So we'll see what coverage awareness is. I only have a few left that need to be fixed completely, that aren't giving everybody name or values. And some of the fixes are kind of easy, but the fix isn't necessarily the only thing I need to do. I need to go through every stat and kind of see that it's ranging out and balancing. So what that means is, like, I have this one, QB coverage awareness in review. Technically, I do have, it does, we're about to find out when this finishes. So this is everybody runs through once. I've got some comments. I have my comments turned on for that particular stat. And it does run through twice. This is always going to run through twice. That's the design. Something was happening, though. My rush awareness is triggering a third run. I don't know why. Something happens with rush awareness that it triggers a third time. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'll go back and look at it later. It should, the logic in my game, the logic in this is supposed to just let everything run through once. That should set all my ranges. So the second time should capture all. But see how it goes down here? See, look, rush awareness. It's the last one. It's the only one that triggered a third time. And the thing is, most of these values are only within that function. So there shouldn't be another reason why it got triggered. So I don't know who's changing it. I could put in a test that says, hey, when did it change? Somebody here is changing it. And then I got to figure out why they change it. because something rescales the rush awareness. All right, so I think we're done. Nope, not yet. Hurry up, man. I'm gonna get some water. Oh wait, it's back. I'll go get water. So this is my skill review. It's coverage awareness, and if I do have things kind of fixed, when I run this, I'll get an output here that should have decent range on all of my coverage. Range meaning good distribution of players over the course of all my data. Oh, is it whining that I don't have this? It's weird I have to go in here and just click there and it connects, and then I can collect this. It won't connect on its own. I have to go there and turn it on. Okay, so we're not bad. We got 6 at the bottom, 9 at the top, and everybody else in the middle. It's actually that's a really balanced distribution right there. And Drew Brees is at the top. Nice. Gotta like that, because if there's anybody who deserves, I think Drew Brees is one of the best QBs in my system here. So that's actually showing off that it comes up good. Drew Brees is probably going to get the highest salary. But Peyton Manning and Brett Favre both had good seasons that year too, so we'll see. But for now, I think we're good. We do kind of have that one balanced well. The distribution is all I'm looking for, is good distribution here. And we are getting everybody in there, so that's good. Let's go look at, that one's pretty solid, so we'll go up here to the offensive skills. And then I will turn off coverage awareness, because I don't need that one anymore. And then I have to go look at, this isn't done. It takes a long time to do this last piece for some reason. But at some moment it'll be done. My thing keeps sliding forward. I gotta figure out how to stop that. They keep sliding off, and I don't like it. And I keep pushing it back, but what happens is my chair eventually rolls off of it, and then I'm like trying to get on, and it pulls it all the way off again. I'm gonna pull it way out and just see if that does anything. Is it done? Oh, it's done. Okay. Okay. Oh, he's done. He quit. He left. Guess I gotta go help someone else get their views. We'll be the lurker that helps people get views. So the more people you have on your thing watching, the better it is for your stream. And I'm just doing me a Twitch service. Oops. Assume of course I can. Oh, he isn't gone. What happened? How come I lost him? Is he just running some random thing? What is he doing? Is he even here? Let's see, I use, oh, I work 2 weeks repainting. He's got some decent amount of viewers. He got 14 viewers. I've never had 14 viewers, folks. It's never happened. Never happened. And well, no, okay, that's not. I've never had 14 viewers while doing game development, so that's pretty impressive. Okay, so you can see here, everybody should be getting 1586. This is all the players in my system. I got 1,586. So that means everybody's getting a stat, because I need everybody to at least have a base stat. That does not mean they're all getting good stats, because most of them don't even have stats that validate it. So they get the minimum, but they at least have something. And I might even use some of their other stats to give them potential on all the stats. So every player gets potential that can adjust their stats. And depending on how they're used and how they play, they can actually improve, and sometimes a lot in some positions. You don't know who's who and who has what. Some coaches will have the ability to see some of the potential. You can never see all of a player's potential. You don't know. They might go, oh, this person's got easily, got the capability of reaching blah. They see something about this guy. He can do this or that, and your coaches can kind of identify whether or not, and then you decide whether or not you want to give them a chance at that. If you put a player in, a coach who knows a little bit about potential might be able to say something like, I know you're looking to change things up, coach, but I don't really think this guy's got it in him for this. Maybe he doesn't have enough potential for that. Or if you put him in, he says, I think that's a good choice, coach. You have a good eye for your player's skills. I think he might surprise us. But it's always surprise. You don't know, because performance is, not a fixed thing. All right, let's go look at, I think, punt and kick, which are two, I think, pretty simple ones, and therefore they might be pretty easy to fix. I don't remember which ones I did. Some of my skills are really easy to fix, and some are really complicated. So we're going to find out. Let's see, special team skills. Here we go. Punt skill. Nope, it's not punt skill. It's this is kick returns. Ooh, no, I still think it's pretty basic. Those are probably even more basic, to be honest. As I run through the accuracies. The accuracies are kind of messed up too, I think. But we're not gonna. We're just gonna try to get all of these basic, all the stuff where everybody's getting a skill back. Strength, kick skills, punt skills. Oh, you know what? Oh, there it is, punt return button. Oh, so I was just about to say it's not here. See, this is a very simple skill, and the problem here, I see it already. We're getting zeros. Should not be getting zeros, probably because somebody's got a weird thing. So we're going to say if punt return skill equal to or less than equal to 0, we're just going to, you know the rules. You know how I do this. Come on, AI. You know how this is done. It's not going to do it. Whatever. It usually figures out, because it knows that I've been doing this so many times. It usually just goes, oh, you're doing this again. We're going to say get min, is it scale min? I think it's scale min. Oh, it is at the top there, and it's lower G. Come on, you know the deal. Maybe it doesn't, because I haven't got it open. It's usually good at remembering this stuff. There it goes. What? Why did it use that? Oh, I see. You really got messed. Geez, and I don't even know how to type. What the heck, man? That is a mess. Ah, look at that. Essel. Oh, I did it again. I still don't know how to type. And I did it again. I tried to redeclare my variable. Don't do that. And why are you putting in more stuff? I didn't tell you to do that. No. What the heck? I didn't tell you to type that in. Sheesh. That took a lot more typing than it should have. I'm getting too sloppy. I'm getting too used to doing it this way. And now I'm learning to, I'm getting messed up. This in itself is probably going to fix, how are you going to do it? Not going to do it. Gosh, dang it. All right. You have been slow, API. Making me... Okay. I'll fix it. Save. All right, so that'll probably put everybody on the right scale. Let's go see what some of these things look like, though. Let's see how my let's see how this actually spreads. So we're gonna go look at my skill review here and see if it's getting a decent spread. And thing is, it's using a singular value. So we're gonna find out if I need to adjust or tweak or do anything. Honestly, I think people should be pretty close in their numbers here. So it might be a decent spread, but the numbers themselves are probably pretty basic. Ooh, wait, what? Oh, no, wait, it's not punt, just punt return. Come on. What are you doing? You're being really slow today. And I rebooted recently. Alright, what do we got? You? Players above. How come my buckets didn't distribute? That's right, I got a max value and a min value, but I got nobody in it. Which implies that the scale exists, but the name is not right. I think it's in the defensive stats. Let's go look at the defensive stats. Defense. We got defense stats. All right, so we got punt return bonus right there. So how do we not have anybody coming back for that? I know there's some coming back for that, because I go look here. There are 78 players with a punt return bonus. So something's wrong with my fetch. Something's wrong with the fetch. What is wrong with the fetch? So we're getting no players. It did find them. Scaling values, player pool. Capital PRB. It's if I have that name wrong. Nope, it's right there. Same name. But why? Alright, let's see if this thing can tell me what's going on here. Because, well, let's actually go look at a player. Let's see if I have to get lucky. I have 1,800 of them, but I need to find one with player pool data. Punt, return. Oh, this guy's got a number. Oh, that's the minimum. Everybody gets that. So it is setting it. I think the problem isn't that it's not getting set, because it should have counted that. Punt, return, bonus. Why is it not seeing it? Because it is there. Most everybody's going to have a minimum. He's got a minimum, but that's okay. I don't mind a minimum. I just don't know why it's not showing it. Well, we'll let AI analyze this, and I'll go run it. Why is my hand itching? I'm going to let AI analyze this, see if it can tell me why. Players with 0/undefined punt return bonus. That's everybody. Okay, so it's just not seeing it. For some reason, it's not showing up. I don't know why. Why it's not seeing the correct value. My other skills worked. Any idea why? I'm curious what game this guy is. What's falling in reverse popular monster requested by? Falling in reverse, bad guy requested. Chloe bot. Fresh Meat 911 was bored and left. He has some kind of a, is it his bot? Maybe it's a different, did I get, this guy doesn't put himself on the screen. Is that bad? I mean, do you prefer when people are not on screen or when they are on screen? That guy's got 14 viewers. This guy's at least on screen. Is he English? Some of these guys aren't even English. Ubuntu, Kubuntu, Zubuntu, Lubuntu. He's only got one watcher. Doesn't say how many people he's got how many subscribers they have. 2.8 thousand followers. Dude, you're doing good, man. Is he developing with someone else? How come there's a picture of a dude up in the... it's the same picture. He's got himself in a recliner down here, and up here he's got himself looking at the screen. And they're not the same pose. Is it like his twin brother? I don't know. How's he doing? What's going on there? How's he doing this? I don't hear any sound coming from these guys, though. Okay, so the top corner is the actual him. Maybe he was looking at an old video. But he has no sound going, so I don't know what his sound situation is. He's only got one person viewing. It's probably me. Dude, this guy's got 10,000 viewers. Oh, what are they doing? It says, are they developing? I don't know if they're developing. These guys are playing games on this channel. They're not developing anything. What the heck? What's this guy doing? He's got 26 viewers. Let's go check him out. Oh, he's actually doing art. This guy's actually an artist. Good job, dude. He's actually an artist. Look at him. He's drawing. He's intense. He's got an intense artistic vibe going there. Drawing out his characters. That's super cool. I wish I could do that. I wish it wasn't such a foreign idea to me to actually try to do my own art. I just don't have an interest in my own art. That's why I do AI, and I can't afford real people. I would pay real people. I would work with a real people artist who knew how to do art if they wanted to help me build my characters out. But that's what these guys do. Good job. I'm gonna follow him just because. He's a C++ game dev too. Good job. That's hard. Nice. What do you got in your description? You don't have anything in your description. No, that's just your bio. Oh, I guess he doesn't. Wait, Twitch has descriptions, right? I don't know. I know YouTube has video descriptions. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to turn on some people in the background because I know how hard it is to build viewership, and I'm gonna just follow these guys. Nice. How many has he got? 4,000 followers. God, I'm impressed. Posture check with your. Give him some love. Anyway, he doesn't have a ton of people, but 32 viewers is still pretty good. 32 viewers, so that's what I can look forward to. When I have 4,000 followers, getting 20 to 30 viewers is about all you're going to get. It's not a lot. It's a rough road, man, for programming. You know, it's not something you can expect. Why punt return bonus, unlike most of my other skills, is not returning his value on the lower portion. Is not showing showing the distributions. I have to figure out what's going on, but I'm not. The Mongo syntax is just, I haven't got it yet. I haven't been spending enough time with it. I wonder if it's doing any kind of like prefixing or suffixing. That's putting. No. Skill text doesn't matter. Even if I had that spelled wrong, that doesn't matter. It's only the skill that matters. Oh, never mind. Nope, I figured it out. Ignore me. Okay, so I have three input types. I have offensive, defensive, and general. This is a defensive skill, and there's the problem right there. Let's I gotta go in here. Try a constant. Skill type equals defensive skills. Defensive skills. I think that's what it's expecting to see. Yep. Lowercase d? It should be lowercase d. Which is going to make it interesting, because that means I have to... Is there one up here? Oh, there's a couple up here. Okay. Nice. Let's see what that does. I don't know what optional chaining means, but I'm sure if it's got a problem, it's going to tell me in a minute. Didn't work. I mean, it ran, but let's try to see. Let's go back over to this guy. So it is defensive skills. Did I spell it correctly? There is a possibility I spelled it wrong. I do that. It's a long word, man. Oh, look, it's right here too. Oh. Oh. So does that mean... Let's try that. Okay. Now will it work? Nope. I syntactically broke that. Let's see what I did. So that has to be that. So if I want this to be the same, I have to go $, squiggle. This, isn't that what it was? There's still a missing one? Am I still getting somebody in the wrong? Some other prefix messed up? No. Mongo is weird. Man, what I wouldn't give for being able to go back to good old-fashioned SQL Server. Why did I went with Mongo because I think I can do it cheaper than using the SQL Server license. I hope. I hope. Okay, let's go see what the problem is. Seems I may be doing something syntactically wrong with the skill type. Ideas. The distributions are not showing. And it is defensive skills, right? Yeah, defensive skills and offensive skills. And if I can change this, oh, it just take the brackets off, that's it? Oh, I was just using the brackets because it already had the brackets. Now it's explaining to me. Oh, there it goes. Huh. You know, actually, that's not a bad distribution. I like it when I only have a few elite players. Punt returning is hard. So, problem fixed. Let's just take the brackets off. Yeah. I don't know why, because it required the brackets to be there to begin with, but then when you do the wild carding, you don't need the brackets. Weird. So this is like, I can go offensive skills and general skills. Now I can just change those if I happen to be working in one of those. At least now I know that I need to change that as well if I'm switching over to an offensive and defensive one. That's not a bad distribution. I might be okay with that. You know what? I think I might leave it for now. Let's see how that works. Let's go try kick return bonus. And see what that returns. Oops. Now it's going to say punts down here, but it'll mean kicks. Well, that's not bad either. Got a little bit high on the high end though. All right, so those are decent distributions. I could probably live with that. Let's go and let this run and see if it fully does knock out both punt and kick return bonus off of my troubled child list. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to do this. Or take the folder change off because we're no longer needing that. All right, it's a solid thing, and I don't know if I need to change it. I might be okay with it. I like it when I have more at the bottom than the top, to be honest. I feel like elite players, there's only so many guys that are great, you know? I like to have it be there's only a handful of dudes that really reach the tops of those numbers. Did I not? I thought I turned off these guys. Coverage awareness. Did I not turn? Oh, I did, but I didn't save it. My bad. Oh well, now I know. Next time, it's not a dire thing. Hopefully, when this is done, I will be almost done with this. I still got to go through and do some optimizing on other skills. I've been kind of marking them off, sending them to review, but I have a couple that are in review. It doesn't take too long. In fact, I can look at them easily even after I've ran it. It's not, I don't have to run it again unless one of these things looks broken. And I'm guessing a couple of them might, but where is special team skills? Okay, so do I see an easy way? I do have modifiers, punt return. Oh, that just statistically controls them. That's where I get some guys that get dropped down because they maybe don't have enough punts or enough things going on. I do require them to have 30 punts to be that's interesting. I have a get adjusted punt return average. It's like I'm creating a function that's, what is the adjustment doing? Oh, this is the one. It's actually I'm imbuing it right into this. This is where I imbue my control modifier into the punt return. And the reason I have these like this instead of just building them in like I did on most is because I think things like punt return average are used in multiple locations, and I need this value in more than one spot. I'm pretty sure. I know that's the case with Rush and Yak. That's not. I don't know how that's. So it's calling here in special skills, and it's calling here in offensive skills. Yeah, so I use it in two places. That's why it's doing it. I don't know which one this is. This is the one being used in... Oh, the break tackle bonus. Oh, okay. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, if I'm using it in two places, then I have to have it here, in which case those values are just pulling it in. And it does apply the modifier, but I'm not scaling it in any way. Do I scale it here? This one's kind of scaling it. Interesting. This one's scaling everything on a like 1 to 10, 1 to 8, 1 to 5. This is one I'm going to have to fix because it's using interesting ranges. But all those are a specific number that goes into down here, and then whatever their number is whatever their best number is, and it's used at that item. It goes into their break tackle. And the reason these have higher numbers is because the returns are lower in it's basically meant to scale them in a way that makes them lower priority. So if you're the best punt returner, it's not going to be as good as being a decent rush attempter. A runner, those are the best break tackle guys. These are the guys that's their job, right? Getting away from tackles. Wide receivers, maybe less so, but they tend to be fast, and I just want that to be more important, so I have it 10, 8, and then these are just 5s. So no matter where you fall, you're relationally speaking going to end up down here in a lower value. And then when I go pick the max, you get the value that goes to the one that you're most consistent at. That's the idea. So, but I got to replace those with variables. Do I have an alt for that? Plus, I haven't really checked the scaling on this either. It's going to be interesting to see the distributions on that one, though, because I don't know. Doing the scaling on that one, could be a lot of, well, running backs should be higher, but if they're bad running backs, it'll be low. So I don't know how that's going to work. That one might be tough to even read, but I do need to replace some variables in here, and I don't have, I got to put a while that runs. Okay, so how am I doing here? One left, big play potential. Now this is one I was looking at before that definitely needs some, I think it needs some tweaking out of me, but I'm down to one left. Plus I probably have to at least review this one. We're gonna go ahead. I don't think I have, what is that, break tackle? Blah, 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 hand skill, create. Yards, kick, punt, pass blocking. Nope, don't have one. Great task. We're gonna say task, review, break tackle, skill, review, and modifier insert. It's got two parts. And I haven't done anything, but I'm ready for it. It's ready for development. I did not go get water, but I am close to having to go to bed anyway. So we're gonna just try to see. Up, somebody left. Somebody left, or did I just lose him? I don't know why it drops him. Do I have too much going on that I'm losing these guys? He's really going at it with his art. But this is pixel art, and I am I just don't trust me. Oh, look. He's basically creating all of his, oh god. How does he do that? How does he do that? He's creating all of his animations. You got it just walking along. See how time consuming that is? I mean, he's got his pixels and he's creating all of his motion. And so when he's walking, his body's doing this, and he's creating all the view. And you got to have a, I mean, he's even adding like hair movement. That's impressive. The hours and hours and days. Okay, I spent a lot of time doing this, but this is easy compared to that stuff. All right, so let's go look at big play potential. This is the one where I feel like there shouldn't be a lot of really high numbers either. In fact, most people should be pretty mediocre, if not low, on this. It's just what it is. Big play bonus? Is that what it's called? I don't know if it's called that anymore. I standardized a lot of big play. What's it called? Big. Oh, is it a general skill? That might actually be a general skill. Let's go look at my general skills. Big play potential. That's what it's called. And it's a bonus. Oh no, maybe it's not a bonus. Maybe I haven't named it because I don't know if it's a bonus. And it's a general skill. %95 of people are here, and 4.9% are here, and nobody else has any. Infinity. All right, I got some serious problems with that one. So that's my goal for tomorrow. Fix big play potential. The last skill that's totally broken. Let's look at, before I quit, I want to go down the list one more time just to kind of see what my distributions are. Now that I've been doing this, I'd kind of like to see what the distributions are on all these. So I got, well, okay, to be fair, see, this one has a lot of logic in it. Oh, wait a minute. Is that all big play potential? Oh, what am I looking? No, you can't look in the right place. General skills. All right, here we go. Big play potential. Also part of the problem. And notice how I have, see, these are all built in to my there's a different one for every player, every skill type. And then I have a general. So if you don't fall into one of those, you fall into the general. And something is getting a 0. There's not supposed to be any zeros, but something's getting a 0. And there should never be a 0. And the question is, why are we getting one? Because once you're here, you're not 0 anymore. La, la, la. La, la, la. These are all pretty straightforward because they're just looking at this function. Right log. If you don't have any of this stuff, you just get the default. Supposed to all returning true, which is good. So the logic is mostly up here, it looks like. Offensive plays, QB plays. So the thought, not everybody has some of these stats. Oh, I wonder if that's my problem. QB, wide receiver, running back. Well, they should all still go down into this one. Everybody falls here. Oh, but unless they have if they have no touches and they played in no games, which would, I don't know how many people I have in a no games played state, but no touches is pretty common. And this should catch everybody who's in that bucket. Let's, yeah, I don't want to fix that right now. I got to stop because this late, and if I don't stop now, I will get stuck. And I'll be at it forever. I'll be at this until 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so until next time.